Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen Healthy Fine Dining Series. I'm your host, Nicole Gaffney, and we're here today with St. Luke's University Health Network, joining together doctors and chefs to create healthy new menu options to be featured at the restaurants. Joining me in the kitchen today is Chef Violette and Samantha Younes of Aladdin, along with Dr. Astha Agarwal. Welcome, all of you.
Hello.
Thank you.
It's great to have you guys here. What are we going to be making today?
Falafel.
I love falafel. It's one of my favorite foods.
I do the dry chickpeas the night before with the water.
You soak them the night
I soak
before?
them.
Yeah, we never do the canned. You have to buy them dry, and we soak them in-house.
So a lot of people, I don't think, know that about falafel.
Yeah.
Is that you don't want to use fully cooked chickpeas, right? Because it's all about getting that right texture.
Yeah.
So you have to soak them overnight.
You grind them.
Is this a meat grinder?
Yeah, we use
That sounds interesting use of the meat grinder.
Yeah.
You know, this is
We
the
have
best way
two.
to get the texture right.
Okay.
So, yeah, we have two. We use this one for falafel and the other one for meat.
That's good. You keep them separate.
So we keep them separate, yeah, for sure. But, you know, this is definitely like the quintessential vegetarian, you think Middle Eastern vegetarian falafel is the first thing that comes to mind.
Totally.
So we've definitely perfected our recipe. It's a family recipe that's been passed down. So you see how it comes out perfect, like it gets it nice and fine, and she's just gonna keep throwing those in there as of right now. Do you help, Mom?
That's a really cool technique. Well, it's great that you're making something vegetarian because, Dr. Agarwal, you are vegetarian.
Yes, I am.
So tell me a little bit about what you're vegetarian also.
Oh, awesome.
I'm not vegetarian, but I love vegetarian food.
Yeah, hey, that's good.
Vegetarian rules.
Exactly. It's true. Now, tell me what you do at St. Luke's.
So I'm an internal medicine physician. I work in an office, so I'm mostly just an outpatient clinic doctor. Some people would call me their family doctor, and that's what I am. I see a whole variety of patients, starting at the age of 18 till forever. So it's an interesting combination of things, and it's pretty busy.
I bet.
Yes.
Especially this time of year during
Yeah, a lot of, it feels like there is always something going on.
Yeah.
Summers are busy, winters are busy, so
Sure.
something's always going on.
Oh, it keeps things interesting.
Yes.
All right, so you have most of the chickpeas done. Now, what else?
We dry like some parsley with it.
Parsley?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
And you have lots of other spices and things I see
Yeah.
here too. And you like to cook as
I
well?
do, actually. It's one of my hobbies.
Nice.
I enjoy cooking.
Nice. So this is probably a lot of fun for you.
It is. I've tried falafels. Didn't come out so well the last time I tried them, so I'm learning it the first
We
time.
add some
to do
onion
the
too.
right-
We add some
Okay.
onion.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky to get it right.
Yes,
Onion, fresh garlic. We're all taking notes here.
I'm sure we are.
How long have you been a vegetarian for?
All my life.
All your life, really? Is that salt?
Some salt.
Okay.
and pepper.
Salt and pepper. They're
No,
going
salt
everywhere.
Gotta get
Yeah.
those.
Very important.
and red pepper. Just the red pepper, not the black.
So it's a little spicy?
Yeah.
Nice. And this looks like an interesting kind of pepper. Does it
Yeah,
have a special name? It's different than like the Italian red pepper flakes that we're
Yeah,
used to
it's
seeing.
like a Chinese kind of,
Okay, nice.
or maybe,
Yeah,
It looks good. I love
this
spicy
is some
food.
of the.
Yeah, we use a lot of
This
red
is like
pepper.
seven spices. It's like
Oh, wow.
Red, black, white pepper, cumin.
paprika, coriander, clove.
Wow.
It's like
No.
the 7 Lebanese Syrian spices.
Okay.
That's very
This one
popular.
and this one. It's all like mixed.
And this is another one. Wow.
Yeah.
That looks like garlic powder, maybe.
No,
pepper
no,
powder.
yeah, a little bit, but more like white spicy.
Okay.
And just to
Nice.
add some water to it.
Water, okay.
Okay.
Now what's the water do? Just
Just
kind of
mix it
moistens
together, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Helps it stay together.
Yeah. Now how long have you guys been vegetarian for? Same thing all your life?
I'm vegetarian. She's not.
Okay.
I've only been for about 3 years.
Yeah?
So yeah, I just started it as kind of like a thing I wanted to try for a few weeks just to kind of cleanse, sort of, and
Yeah.
I just started feeling
And it
better.
stuck.
So yeah, and it stuck. Exactly.
Nice.
So
That's great.
Yeah, a lot of people initially struggle with, what do you cook? Like,
Yeah.
what can you make? Is it anything other than just sides that you can cook for
right.
a vegetarian? Like,
Fresh,
are there
yeah,
entrees that you
Of
can cook?
course.
And there are a ton. Like, once you start exploring, I have seen a lot of things that you can just replace the meat with tofu or
Totally.
and you can make a vegetarian dish out
Yeah,
of it.
and like
so.
beans are really great.
Yeah, beans are good. Yeah, we use a lot of beans in our house, so we have all kinds of beans.
Yeah. Now, do you advise your patients on diet at all? Do you recommend a vegetarian
Yeah,
diet?
not truly a vegetarian. Obviously, it's a choice.
Sure.
You know, don't want to enforce it on someone, but definitely, you know, the ideas of a healthy diet do stay the same no matter what country you're from, what medical conditions you have. Some minor alterations here and there, but ultimately, healthy diet is healthy diet.
Of course.
So, you know, no matter how you get it, it's always good for you.
We'll return with more from The Chef's Kitchen. We're back with more from The Chef's Kitchen. Now, what are the advantages of being part of a health network like St. Luke's?
I feel like St. Luke's being part of the network, you know, that we offer all the services that are required for any patient. The integration between services is one of the key things that I like about the network is, you know, it's a common patient.
Right.
It's not my patient, it's not your patient, it's not her patient. The ultimate goal is the same, and everybody's working together as a team. So there's no, like, you know, the patient doesn't feel lost that, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. My heart doctor knows.
Right.
But, no, since we share information, we talk to each other, they feel like, okay, I don't have to worry about what I'm doing here.
Right.
The doctor's going to figure that out.
Right, you know, you have a whole team of doctors backing you,
Yes,
not
yes.
just one. That's really great. All right, so
we've got the batter going.
still mixing up the falafel over
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, we just added in the
Just make
last
sure,
of the
you know.
spices here.
Okay, so what were those last little bits that we missed?
A little
Is that like baking powder? Okay.
Yeah.
just to make
Just
it
a little
buffy
bit to make it look kind of cakey,
All right.
so that they stay together.
Be a little lighter, I guess, when it puffs
and
up.
more crunchy.
Oh, nice.
crunchy.
More of a crunch.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit of a, yep, exactly.
It's all about the
Let me
crunch.
just check the oil over here because
Yeah.
we're going to fry them shortly.
Okay, great. So it gives it that nice crunch. So tell me a little bit about Aladdin, the restaurant. It's a family-owned restaurant, obviously, mother
yeah.
and daughter.
Yes, my parents opened Aladdin in 1981.
Wow.
On 2nd Street in downtown Allentown, and we were there from like 80s to the 90s, and then in 1999 we bought. I don't know if you said you're not really familiar with like Allentown area.
I'm not from here, so.
we bought. We moved up to Union Boulevard, our current
Okay.
location. We moved up there about 18 years ago, so we've. Altogether, it's been like 36, 37 years now
That's
since we've had
amazing.
the restaurant. Yeah, it's pretty, it eclipses me. It's pretty awesome. I mean, we have customers that have been coming since I was a kid, which is
Wow.
really cool. It's kind of like bigger than us. So
Well, I think it really speaks to the quality of the food.
thank
A
you.
restaurant can't stay open that long if it's not good.
yeah, exactly,
You know?
exactly. Thank you so much.
Of course, yeah. And you do all Mediterranean, Middle Eastern cuisine.
Yes.
And
And we have belly dancing on Saturday nights,
how
which
fun
is
is
a lot of
that?
fun. Yeah,
I bet.
customers love it. It's like
see
you know
if
dinner and a
it's-
show.
Wait, now I have to find it. Go ahead, you can.
Let me see if
Yeah.
it's ready.
You just need to check if the oil's hot enough.
Yes, a bit more.
Looks good. I'm so intrigued.
I
by
know,
it.
this
So
is
yeah,
distraction.
that's a falafel. It's basically a falafel maker, I guess you could call
Wow.
it. The reason why she's poking that hole at the
Yeah.
middle at the end is so that it cooks all the way through. So it's
Oh,
almost
okay.
like kind of looks like a Syrian donut, but
Yeah.
yeah. So it cooks all the way through like that with the with her putting. Usually you can put your finger or the back of the spoon.
Right.
But those are really neat.
Sometimes I
tools.
put them like this, like just
these are,
make
yeah,
it more
so those
like.
are one of those things that you can't really. I remember the one we go down to the Easton Farmers Market a lot, and
right.
the one time we always, this is like you have to bring it with you for the falafel. And the one time I forgot it, and then like, oh, can you run to the store? I was like, I don't think anywhere I'm just gonna have a falafel like disc maker thing. So, yeah, it's one of those things that you gotta have.
Wow.
Gotta have with it to do. And customers, when they see us using this, they're like, every time I try to make falafel at home, they just end up doing it in like little patties and stuff, and it
Yeah.
doesn't work. This is like what you need to make it like a true falafel
That's so
patty, and it helps it cook
interesting.
because then you can't make them. It stops you from making them too big, so that the inside stays raw. So it's really
Right.
kind of just a neat device that you need to make.
It is.
To make really good falafel.
That's one of the problems I've had with making falafel at home is that the outside gets really nice and crisp, but then the inside's still a little raw. So how do you know when they're ready? They get dark brown?
They get a brown. yeah.
Okay, nice.
So have you tried making it baked?
I've heard of people doing it baked. We
Okay.
haven't at the restaurant, but that would be definitely more health conscious.
I know.
decision as far
I'm
as,
thinking
you
on
know,
that end, and I'm like, I
goes with
tell
the
my
theme of
patients
things.
not to go with
exactly.
deep fried
And
food.
I've seen
so-
actually people doing like falafel waffles.
I was just gonna say that I made
We're
it once.
gonna try
and
it on a new menu. We're gonna
yeah,
try that.
we're
That's
gonna
what I
try
really
that
fun.
because they do like falafel waffle.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
It's
Tomatoes
kind of
and
a tongue
lettuce.
twister.
Falafel.
And then they do like a tahini, like instead of the
Yeah.
syrup, and then like little veggies around it. It looks amazing. I have it pinned on my Pinterest.
I did
but
it
I haven't
once,
tried it yet.
and it came out really well because
Did
you get
it?
all of those little nooks and crannies from the waffle maker, and it got
That's
really nice
awesome.
and
Yeah,
crispy.
and you can
It sounds
kind of
like it's a
replace
great
it with
idea.
a carb, so
Yeah,
you have a low
exactly.
carb kind of
Exactly, more
option,
savory
yeah.
than
Can we
sweet.
move لبن مستوى؟
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what made you go into internal medicine?
So I like, as I was talking earlier, just a variety of things, and that's what internal medicine offers. So I'm not stopping at just looking at the heart. I'm not just stopping at looking at the kidneys. It's looking at the whole picture, kind of. And sometimes it's like I almost feel like a detective. I'm trying to piece and bits and pieces together, and then trying to get a full diagnosis. One of my attendings in med school, he used to say, don't look at just one thing and try to come up with that one diagnosis for all the symptoms. Because if you try to get a diagnosis for every symptom, you will end up with 100. And that's what, internal medicine offers. Is like, okay, looking at the big picture. And that's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm glad you have fun with it. We'll return with more from The Chef's Kitchen. We're back with more from The Chef's Kitchen. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, we do a little bit of
I think it's
everything.
good enough.
You think
right
they're
now,
ready?
Yeah.
Oh, that look beautiful.
They look gorgeous.
Let
They
me have the
really
plate.
puffed up a
Could-
lot.
Can we get the plate?
So how do you typically serve the falafel at the restaurant?
We're just about to get to that. It's one of our most popular options at the restaurant. We typically serve it with our fresh homemade tahini sauce, which is
Nice.
basically, we make this at Aladdin every day. We can't even keep up with making it.
Wow.
Because it's in the hummus, it's in the baba ganoush,
Yeah, yeah.
it's on the falafel, it's on the shawarma, like it's on
Wow.
everything. So this is ground sesame and lemon, olive oil, and a little garlic. It's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's an awesome sauce to use. Awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce, I love that.
Yeah, walked right into that one. It's a great sauce to use for a lot of different things because of, like I said, it being vegan and gluten-free. So, and it's super healthy. It's actually one of like the better, the ground sesame is known as like one of the good fats, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, it's like
yes,
slow
yeah.
burning. Yeah. So we just drizzle it right on top,
Yum.
and then we usually serve it with, we'll do like, these are very common to have with, throw some tomatoes on there. We throw some parsley.
Oh, nice. You have like little pickles.
Yeah, so in the pickles, just throw them on there like that. These are probably the most popular thing to eat with falafel. This is lifit. They're pickled turnips.
Wow.
It's very common to eat falafel with pickled vegetables like banana peppers, pickles, turnips, that kind of thing. It
That's
tastes.
Samantha's favorite falafel.
Yeah, this is
every
what
day
this
she
is.
loves to
Really?
eat.
Yeah, I eat this every day, just about. And so it's a very colorful dish. It's nice to you can throw on the veggies any way you do it. These are like these little peppers over here. They're pretty hot, so
Okay.
I believe so. These are hot, right, Mom?
Yeah, that's very spicy.
So yeah,
I love
so-
spice.
Me
so-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
so
love
then we
spice.
just and then like that's just exactly as you see it. Oops, sorry.
It's beautiful.
That looks good.
I would love to dig into this. Well, I'm going to take it over to the table
Go ahead.
so we can save it for our tasting later.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
And
Wow, she's really quick
I
at
know.
this, and
Yeah.
she's already
It's
got
more-
another
I
berry.
go more faster.
and they look like they're going a little quicker too.
Also, we have the grape leaves, vegetarian grape leaves.
Nice. So we're going to
Okay.
do some stuffed grape leaves.
Yeah,
Yum.
so we soak the rice like a little before.
Okay.
We add some parsley.
And this is like a short grain
parsley,
rice?
yeah,
it looks
parsley
like?
and mint, yeah,
Yeah,
medium
it's like a
grain.
Goya rice or something. Sometime,
And then a little onion, parsley, and
Onion,
mint.
parsley.
And mint.
Yeah,
a
tomato.
lot of
Got
tomatoes
the rice
in it.
cooked in already? Or?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
we prepped that at the restaurant.
No, it's just wash it. I wash it. That's all. We
Okay,
soak
so the
it
rice
like
is raw.
Still-
it's raw.
still
Yeah.
raw,
Okay.
yeah.
We just wash it with the water before we came.
Okay.
And we add tomatoes, olive oil.
And now these are the grape leaves.
Yeah.
Now
and
do you...
little lemon juice.
Nice. Lemon juice and olive oil.
بدك الملح أو بار؟
Hey, let me
Salt.
have some salt and
This
black
is why I
pepper.
came to pass her little sous chef.
Yeah, exactly. She's the one in charge.
Yeah,
Black
of course.
pepper. It's really, it's good. It's like just healthy food, it's like just the lemon juice and olive oil, onion, parsley.
And now the grape leaves, did you have to blanch these first, or how do you get them to be sort of soft and pliable like that?
We soak them.
You soak them?
Yeah,
Okay.
we soak them.
Do they come dried?
Depends. If they're in season here and we can get them.
Oh, nice.
Like we use certain, people that can. You get them to us in the summer and the fall where they're fresh, and
You
that's
roll
the
them
best.
like this.
But in the winter, right now, yeah, we have to order them, and they come either packed like tightly packed together, where you have to soak them to get them nice and soft
okay.
again. So that's kind of where we're at right now, with being 15 degrees outside at the moment.
Gotta do what you
So,
gotta
but in the
do.
summer, it's nice to get them in season. It's
Yeah,
really
definitely.
great.
And
You
I
can
cut
tell they're
some-
still really good quality.
Yeah, I cut some onion. I put them in a bottom dip.
Yeah, to give
okay.
the grape leaves flavor while they
Flavor
cook.
Nice.
So we have a different version that we do at the restaurant as well that has lamb. So what she'll do is when we cook the grape leaves, she'll pull all the lamb off the bones and then put the bones and stuff at the bottom, and
wow.
like with a little bit of extra meat at the bottom, and then because these cook for 5 or 6 hours, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna
Oh,
be here
that's a
till
long
like
time.
I know.
4
Just
o'clock today?
On,
No.
on a slow heat.
Yeah, on a
because
low
the
heat,
grape
so they
leaves
cook
it's
stuff
tough.
for
It's
several
tough
hours.
if
So
you
we
don't-
brought some that are already
you don't
finished
do
because I
that.
don't think we're going to be here that long. So yeah, with the grape leaves, it's definitely a time.
Yeah, we have
it's
some
definitely,
sample we
it's
could-
definitely a labor of, it's like very time.
Yeah. Labor of love for sure. Now,
know.
can we actually try
Yeah, I
making
know.
one?
I
Yeah,
was gonna
if you wanna
kind of-
try?
I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's see.
Obviously, we're not gonna. Say
We won't
that.
do them as
I
good
know,
as you,
I
I'm
know.
sure.
She's
but-
like a pro, obviously. So.
Now, do you always want to go this side, or does it matter?
Yeah,
side.
and, in
Oh,
the
like
bottom
that?
side. You have the shiny side and the outside.
Okay.
It's better.
Okay.
So shiny side down.
Let's see.
And
Just like a fold it like a
Yeah.
burrito, right?
yeah.
It's a lot of work.
I probably have too much filling. You probably don't want to use too much, right?
No,
'Cause the rice
this is
Yeah,
for
because
this
they'll
one
bust-
too much
they'll
because
bust
out.
the tomatoes got like soggy inside, so the
Oh, okay.
gonna be empty.
Oh, that's not
But
too
if
bad.
you have to
Hey,
do
you
it
did
little
good for your,
tight.
that's pretty
Great.
I know. It's like
Hey,
it came
see?
out.
You're a pro.
Oh my goodness.
I can tell you like to cook.
Oh wow.
Then you roll them in a pan like this.
Okay.
And
Can
you
you
put
do just
some
one
water.
layer or
No,
several
I
layers?
do a lot of layer to the
Oh,
top.
nice.
I put some salt and water, and I cover them with little heavy stuff, especially.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
like
you
a
wanna, like,
wooden,
press
a
them
wooden
down?
plate
Press them down a
that
Okay.
we put on top
So
of
it's
it
almost
to
like
keep 'em.
steamed, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here.
And then they go on there
you.
for about, how long, Mom? Till you cook them, till they're done, the water and the grape leaves.
This one, the vegetarian, doesn't take long, like 2-3 hours.
Okay, so
on
the
low
vegetarian
heat.
takes
Yeah,
less time.
takes less time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because-
told you we are low maintenance.
Exactly.
And then it's important for me to point out that these recipes that everyone's seeing today will be featured on your menu as part of the St. Luke's University Health Network program that we're doing. Yeah. So you can tell all of your patients
Yeah.
if they're trying to go vegetarian or just eat a little healthier, because these grape leaves especially are very healthy.
See, it's easy. It
Anything
takes
that's
time.
green in color.
I know.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's easy, but takes time. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have to
Yeah, once
do
you get
it
the filling,
individually.
once you get the filling mastered, it's just time consuming after that.
It's a fun activity though. I think it'd be fun to do with
it's
kids
very
or friends.
it's very cultural for us.
Yeah.
To throw on to make a big batch of them. We sit, my mom, my aunts, my grandmother, and we all sit and we just talk and roll grape leaves. It's sort of like it's almost like that's part of the pleasure. That's part of the joy of doing it is the rolling. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
If you're doing it alone, not as much. But if you have a group, like sometimes my aunts and everyone will just sit around a table. They'll roll grape leaves, and we'll do other things. It's part of our culture. A lot of cooking. Everything that's a lot of Middle Eastern dishes are time consuming. So it's best to enjoy that time as much as possible.
Right, for sure. I love that. I think that's really cool.
We actually have a plate finished right over there. We usually put either like a nice wedge of lemon on there, and at the restaurant we serve it with a cup of yogurt, our homemade
nice.
yogurt.
See how we put the grape leaves in the ground?
Okay,
yeah,
so
let's
just
see.
stacking it up.
Stacking it up like a round. It's like
So you
sort
just
of
layer them in,
First plate looked better.
and then a
we
little
got
bit of
2
water
plates now
goes
for
in there?
everybody.
Yeah, it's a little bit of water, a little more salt.
Okay, a little more water, a little more salt,
little more salt.
just to get a little more flavor.
And so she does them in rows of they're rounded out, so they lay on top of each other. They sit nice and tight, and they all cook together.
Awesome. I'm so excited to dig in. I hope you guys will all eat
let's-
along with me.
We worked hard.
We did. We did.
We did some great
Some of
things.
us harder than others.
I know, but yeah, well.
Guys, don't be shy. Just because you're the chefs doesn't mean you don't get to taste. This looks great. I love how that hole in the middle of the falafel kind of doubles as a little cup for the sauce.
This is really good.
Wow. That's really good falafel.
Oh, that's really good. We were kind of worried doing it sort of, on the fry, so to speak.
Well, it's so crispy on the outside
Because we used
and
to make
tender.
a lot big, so now we make little sometime.
I want to try this turnip pickle too. What makes it pink? Just the vegetable?
What is it? The red
Beet?
beets. Yeah, the
Ooh.
red beets. I cut
They're
just
great.
one
Put
for
a
the
little
whole
bit,
jar. I put it and make the color.
Nice.
Can you try one? The turnips?
Oh, I do have to. Let's see.
And the grape leaves are awesome too.
Turn out good.
Wow, Mom. I'm not surprised or anything, but they're really great.
They do
We
have a
don't
great
use to a
combination.
small amount.
You have to
we
try
make
the
a
grape
big
leaves
amount.
too. I love this kind of food. It's definitely one of my favorite ways to eat, vegetarian or not.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
good.
people would agree with that. It's got so much flavor and spice, and it's not too heavy. Lots of vegetables.
The 3-4 hours seem worth it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely worth the labor. It was so nice
That's
having.
the most I eat the
Yeah,
hot pepper.
Wow.
I love to eat with it.
I'll have to try one of these too, but
It's very hot.
maybe wait till we're off camera, just in case. It was so great having you all on the show today. I
Our pleasure
learned a
to be
lot,
here.
Thank you.
had a lot of fun. Doctor, it's always great having the
Thanks a
St.
lot
Luke's
for
team
having
here.
me on the show, and
course. Thank
honestly, I
you.
learned a lot.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day. It was very exciting to be on the show. We had a nice time showcasing our cuisine that we are very proud of and that we love to make every day. So I was happy to be on here to showcase that and display that for you guys and your viewers. So thanks for having us.
Thank you.